Okay, so let's work on our hymn. Do you guys remember what number it is? I think I've been telling you guys this for the past number of weeks now. It starts with a 5. And the first and the last number are the same. Oh, and also, do you guys remember the name of it? All right, so here it is in the hymnal. It is hymn number 585, 585, and it's called Take My Life and Let It Be. So we have learned verses 1, 2, and 3, and we are going to learn verse 4 today. And there's a lot of verses in this hymn. There are 6 verses in this hymn. So we have a lot of work cut out for us, don't we? All right, I'll just set it down here. So let's really quickly go over the words for verses 1, 2, and 3, and the actions too. So verse 1 starts off, take my life and let it be consecrated, Lord, to thee. Take my moments and my days, let them flow in ceaseless praise. Let them flow in ceaseless praise. So we're saying that every moment, every day of our life, we want it to be filled with never-ending, never-stopping praise, and we want God to make our lives special and set aside just for Him. Verse 2 says, take my hands and let them move at the impulse of thy love. Take my feet and let them be swift and beautiful for thee. Swift and beautiful for thee. So that part of the song is saying, God, your love, it changes me. The impulse of your love, it changes me, and it makes me want to follow you, and I want to use my hands and my feet to follow you. So if there's anything I can do with my hands, like help somebody or make a card for somebody, or anything I can do with my feet to follow you, God, I want to do that. And then verse 3 is about our mouths and our lips. Take my voice and let me sing, always, only for my King. Take my lips and let me be filled with messages from thee, filled with messages from thee. All right, so let's talk about verse 4 now. So for verse 4, we are talking about God using things in our life for His good, and for us to not hold things back from God. So we've been talking about this week about praising God and about being thankful. So part of this is being thankful. We're saying, God, with everything that you have given me, whether it be money or whether it be how smart I am or how good I am at doing something, I'm not going to keep those things all to myself. I want to use those things for your glory, God. Whatever I can do with what I have, I want you to use it for whatever is best to be used for. So the beginning says, take my silver and my gold, not a mite would I withhold. So let's talk about what that means. That's saying, God, my silver and my gold, so like my money, I want to use my money to follow you. So God, if there's anything that you want me to do with what you've given me, like my money, I want to use it for whatever you want me to use it for, and I'm not going to keep it all buried away and hidden just for myself. Because remember, it's God who gave us that money in the first place, right? All right, so let's talk about our actions. So we're saying, take my silver. So how this works is you point to your ear, and part of that is because sometimes when people wear earrings, they might be made of silver or gold. So that's where this sign language comes in. So we're going to say silver, or point to our ear, and then you're going to hold your hand in a fist with your thumb in the front. And that's for the letter S. S for silver. So point to your ear, and then you shake it a little bit. You can go, well, I actually think it's shaking. I was doing it wrong. I was doing a circle, but I think it's actually shaking. So you point to your ear, and then you shake it for silver. And then for gold, we're actually not going to do a G for gold like what you would think. We're going to do a Y for yellow. So how like gold is the color yellow kind of. So we just did silver with the S. And now we're going to do gold, point again to your ear, with a Y for yellow. So it was, take my silver and my gold. We're going to say not a mite, so that's not one single little tiny bit would I withhold or keep or hide away from you, God. I'm not going to hide any of my money because you've given me my money. So if I need to use any of it for your good, I will do that. So we're just going to say not a mite, not a single little bit would I withhold. So withhold, you're going to take a fist, and then you're going to make kind of a V shape, and you're going to pull it towards yourself. So you say, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to withhold it. We're going to let God use it, right? Okay, so let's do that all together. Take my silver and my gold, not a mite would I withhold. All right, so now we're going to be talking about other things that God has given us. Has God given you any special gifts? Maybe you're really smart, or maybe you're really good at playing the piano, or maybe you can run really fast. Well, any kind of gift that God has given you, you can use it to follow God. So this part says, take my intellect. So that means whenever you're thinking really hard about something, whenever you're using your brain power, that's using your intellect. Take my intellect and use. So this is actually a sign language for you. You put your two fingers together like this, and then use, so you go around like this. Take my intellect and use. And then the rest of it goes, every power as thou shalt choose. All right, so let's break this one down a little bit. So we're saying that not just how smart we are, but every other gift, every other strength that God has given us, God, I want you to choose how I should use it and tell me, and I want to follow that. So we said, let's see, take my intellect and use every power. So with power, you're like picking something up and then kind of putting it down really hard. Power. As thou shalt choose. So with choose, this is interesting. We're going to take two fingers and hold them up like this. And then it's like you're kind of like, imagine you're picking like fruit out of a basket or something. So you're choosing which one you want. So you're saying, do I want this one or do I want that one? Okay, let's try to say it all together. This one's kind of a hard one, isn't it? Okay, actually, let's just start with the intellect part. We'll do that second half. Take my intellect and use every power as thou shalt choose. Every power as thou shalt choose. All right, so let's do it from the silver and the gold and then the intellect. So all that together. It's all of verse 4, okay? Take my silver and my gold, not a mite would I withhold. Take my intellect and use every power as thou shalt choose. Every power as thou shalt choose. So remember, this verse is all about saying, God, every gift that you have given me, whether it be money or whether it be how smart I am or how good I am at sports or how good I am at drawing, any gift that you've given me, I'm going to not hide it from you. I'm not going to keep it hidden. I'm going to use it for God's glory. All right, so this is great. Let's sing everything all together. Or actually, you know what? Maybe what we should do is we should just sing verse 4 together one time. I think that might be a good idea. So I'll start the song from the beginning, and then we'll just sing verse 4 at the beginning, just all together to try all the actions and the words. Cool? Okay, how did you guys feel with that one? That one probably has the trickiest words of, I think, any of the verses in all of Take My Life and Let It Be. So it's okay if this one feels a little bit too tricky for you. Just focus on whatever you can sing best in this song. If it's verse 1, if it's verse 2, if it's verse 3, or maybe you're just really good at verse 4. Whatever you're doing, remember, just focus on praising God. Like what we talked about today, we talked about how we need to praise God. And part of praising God is worshiping Him and singing beautiful songs to Him. But even if you can't remember all the words, that's okay. Just focus your heart on praising God and telling Him how wonderful He is. All right, so let's try to sing all 4 verses together. And we'll do that 2 times. Cool? Consecrated, Lord, to thee. Take my moments and Okay, did you get verse 4 at all? Or did you get verse 1, 2, or 3? I know you guys are doing so well on this, even if you don't remember all of the words. And remember, the more you practice it, the more you're going to remember the words and all of the motions. All right, so let's sing it one more time. Awesome job, guys.